Food looks so good. How do I get a plan to eat that kind of meal, baby? Yeah. This looks more like a diet plan.
We out here.
Crabs.
That's what you said.
Hey guys, welcome. We are here today, to answer some great financial questions and eat this delicious meal out here. So anyway, I'm Theo.
And I'm Eunice.
I'm Alfreda, guys. Hi. Yeah, we are excited to be here. So today we're gonna be eating and talking, but talking primarily to you guys about finances, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, you can see all the food. You guys are like, what kind of financial meeting is this?
This is a financial meeting, guys.
What in the world?
This is
but
like
yeah,
of its kind. Okay. Well, we should let you guys know though. We do want you to pop some questions in the is it a comment section?
Yeah.
As to what are your top pressing financial questions that you always wanted to ask, but maybe you were ashamed or something. Pop it in there. Everybody's gonna see it, but be brave, So
right.
And as you guys do that, we're gonna be eating and just teasing you, basically.
But we're gonna be chatting.
We're gonna be chatting
and answering your questions.
Yes. So, what are you guys' top financial question that you want answered to? Because I know some people talk about credit. I know when I talk to people, a lot of people talk about credit.
Mm-hmm.
Then others talk about what else they talk about?
Everybody's getting into investing right now. It's popping, and so people just have so many questions about that because the stock market has been going through some things.
Yeah.
So people are like, "What am I supposed to do?"
And getting out of debt. I know you guys have debts.
Yeah.
Student loans. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, debt, credit cards.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Some people just ignore their debts. They're like,
or go back to school just to put it on pause.
Mm-hmm. I was actually thinking that, but
you want to do that?
I actually want to go to school, not because I want to. Let's not say that.
Right.
Okay, so just to talk a little bit about ourselves before we really get into these questions. Well, I'm from Liberia, West Africa. Thank you. And been in the United States for a while now. Mm-hmm. Don't need to know how long, but it doesn't really matter. But I've been here for a while, and I went to school for business management and finance, and so I graduated 2016. Mm-hmm. And funny enough, a few years after that, I started to work in finance, because my financial life was just whack. Mm. Get it together.
No.
So I started working on that, and then I thought that, wow, this could actually benefit other people. So I started helping other people, and so that's how it started for me. Yeah.
Nice. A little bit about me. I actually wanted to be a doctor really bad growing up, and I thought that was just going to be my path. But after college, I went to school for biology. After college, guys, I was really tired.
I was tired.
I was tired. I'm just I'm not doing that again for 8 more years. I'm done. And so then I started to look more into finance. I actually started working with a financial company, and I was like, wow. Well, first of all, so many people need those kind of services. I didn't know anything about finances when I came out of college. And so that completely changed my world, and just learning how it works and learning how investments work and trying to get out of debt and savings and all that stuff. So I fell in love with the field, period, and now that's what I do. So yeah.
That's awesome. Wow.
Talk about 360.
So anyway, so for me, I graduated last year, 2019, with a psychology major. So I was in school for my first 2.5 years, I was undecided. Because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I dabbled a little bit into business, and I liked it, but for some reason I was like, I'm gonna go psychology because it's nice to know about the mind and everything. It was fun taking those classes. So after graduation, I played myself and I was unemployed for a while. We're not gonna talk about that. Okay, fine. You wanna talk about it? How did I play myself? Mm-hmm. So I went ahead and quit my job without having a plan B. Don't do that.
Why did you do that?
Yeah, why did you quit?
Did you hate it?
Okay, so I was moving home, and I felt like the drive was super far away, so I didn't want to drive there. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna leave.
Oh, that was literally it?
Yeah.
Not like I'm starting my own business, you know. Just like, bye, guys.
So yeah, so that's how I was jobless. And then I realized that, you know, I was introduced to a financial company a year back. And so I was like, well, with this going on, why don't I just, you know, take this business a little serious? So I started going to the meetings and stuff like that and learning a lot about finance. And I kind of just, you know, fell in love with it. And, you know, I'm just excited about helping people, you know, figure out their financial situation, especially our Africans.
Oh, yeah, that's the truth.
We need to change our mindset and everything, and we need to create generational like wealth.
Yeah,
like we can't just be out here, you know, poor, die, leave nothing behind, and then the next person come and your kids got to work so hard because mom and dad or grandparents didn't leave anything for them.
Sure.
And you know, that's not how you do it. We see this in this country. Like the people leave stuff for the kids, their generation. You know, the kids don't have to go through all of that hardship. Some people go through it, but you know, it's nice for us to start leaving our legacies behind.
So true.
Yeah.
And you know what? The other day I was thinking, I'm like, I need to be able to create a form of income where I don't have to just be dependent on like a job or, you know, like that month-to-month type of thing. I was like, this is time to start thinking about how I can create not only 1 month's worth of income, but like 3 to 6 to a year worth of income. That's and just have it in my account. So like if I just decided not to work or not to be bothered or whatever, you know, at least I'll still have that form of income, you know?
Yeah. So that's like that emergency saving. Or,
exactly.
Or long-term,
short-term
emergency savings. So if something were to happen for about 3 to 6 months, you can live, even though you don't have an income from like a job. Because you saved up.
And even if something didn't happen, you just didn't want to work.
You want to do something new.
Yeah, you want to do something else. Like, you're just going to do that.
Like Theo, if you had an emergency savings, she wouldn't have played herself.
Yes, I played myself because my credit score was at 7 something. And by the end of those 4 years of being it came all the way down to like
4 years of being unemployed.
4 months. She said only. That's a long time.
Wait, so what did your credit score come down to?
It went from 7 down to like
600,
personal here. Okay. Almost getting to 5.
Wow.
So now I'm like working to get it back up there. That hurt.
Yeah, that's another thing in our community with the whole credit score.
Guys, I have a story. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
There's this guy, I was working with him on his financial plans. And he's like, you know, so we were talking about debt. He just came up with a plan to get out of debt earlier. And I said, well, what do you have in credit card debt? So then he told me, he's like, you know, in Liberian English, sorry if anybody else can't understand this, but you know, when I came from Liberia, they gave me a credit card in the mail. So then I just started spending. I didn't know how it worked. So then when my friend asked me to borrow my credit card, I just give it to him.
Oh my!
And so he had other people swiping his card using his credit card balance, and in the end, he owes all that because they're like, "Oh, bro, you gave me the credit card." So like, I thought it was a gift.
Oh wow!
And you know what? That's financial abuse.
Yeah, That's talking
about
financial abuse.
He didn't know.
Yep, he didn't know.
But it didn't. Like, okay, so did somebody explain it to him?
I don't think so. Well, the thing though is that if I'm trying to exploit you and take your credit card and use it and not pay you back, I'm not going to explain anything.
And the funny thing is, the bank that will give them those credit cards will quote unquote explain it to them,
but nobody understands it.
But the bank's aim is to get you to get the credit card.
You have to get you in there anyway.
So you get it, and so they're gonna make it look pretty. Like, oh yeah, you can use it whenever you need to buy stuff.
You can just pay back $20 a month.
And they don't tell you how your credit score will get hit when you don't pay it back because you got like really, really excited. You started using it so much. But yeah, let's talk about financial abuse.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I guess one of those abuse when it comes to finances is you, like you mentioned, you be taken advantage of when it comes to your money. So somebody taking somebody's credit card to use. And then people also do that by using either their family members' identity.
Oh, yes.
To go and buy houses or other things. And so by the time this person realized like they need to get something, and then they can't get it because they have all this stuff on their credit that's affecting their credit score and their trustworthiness, then it's like, okay, what happened?
Yeah. And actually, along those lines, I have so many stories, guys, but one of the stories was, you know how you can co-sign somebody's student loan?
Yeah.
There's this lady, man, all her siblings, just coming from Liberia as well, and the siblings are going to school. And so they're like, oh, can you co-sign my loan? Co-sign my loan. So she co-signed all these student loans, and now being graduated, making money, working in the field, whatever. They defaulted on their loan, and all of that fell on her and impacted her credit. And so now calling them, this is in our Liberian community. So calling them, they're like, I'll have to put work in my budget. I gotta talk to my wife about it. If we're able to, like, man, you're the one who took that education. Now that that responsibility falls on somebody else's head, basically, somebody else's credit. And in America, credit is like everything. Credit is a lot of things differently, but credit is super important, especially if you don't have all this extra money that's that's liquid for your use, or even if you have like investments, right? It's just for the average person, credit is so important.
How can I rebuild my bad credit? So that's a question Pastor David just gave.
Building credit,
I hope it's loud enough.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Well, I can pitch a little bit since that's something I'm working on.
Yeah.
So the way I've been doing that is like with my doing my best to make sure I'm making all my payments, and also just kind of paying a lot on my credit card, so that because I think like if you put a lot of money on your credit card, it helps, because I think it's like 35% of your credit score is your payments, and then 20% or so is like the amount of time the amount of time you had that credit card for. So like for me, what I've personally been doing is just putting a lot of money on my credit card and making sure like I'm paying that off. So like I've been seeing a little bit of changes.
But credit, like you were saying, there are a few important things. So your credit history is one, which is the length of time that you've had a credit. Some people start as soon as you have your first loan and so forth. So that's important. And then also your credit utilization is also important. Let's say you took out 3 credit cards. You have 3 credit cards, and your max on each one of those credit cards is like $2,000 each. So now you have $6,000 credit card balances that's available to you, right? You don't want to use more than 30% of that entire balance. So you don't want to use more than like $2.5 grand out of all of that. When you do that, that's a bad mark on your credit, so that can decrease your credit. This is why it's important to pay back those amounts. Even if you go over, you want to pay it back as soon as possible so that you stay under that. Because the bank doesn't want to see that you just, or a lender doesn't want to see that you just have all of this debt just hanging over your head.
Yeah, they can trust you.
Right. You want to have a small amount. And then that's why it's important to pay down your credit as well. Bring it under that 30%. And so just throwing money at your debt that is that's not in collections yet. You want to throw money at all of those and just get that taken care of, guys. And then whenever you start using those credit cards again, make it a duty to pay it back in the same month. Like,
yes,
you know what I mean? Credit card is not something to make a daily living off of. I mean, not a daily living, but to just.
Sorry.
Sorry. But those are 2 things. Your faithfulness to paying the debt that you take, which is what I talk about, that monthly payment. So if you owe something, you don't want it to default. You want to, even if you don't have all this extra money, just pay it off in the same month. You want to make at least your minimum payback, so then they can see that you're a faithful payer. Like, you want to have a what is it? I don't know what it's called. A trustworthiness. I don't know.
Because missing one payment can hurt your life.
I have a funny story about credit. When I was going to school in Duluth, I put the electricity bill in my name, And so when I moved out, being Eunice, I'm very positive. Everything's always going to work out for the best. That's great. It's going to figure itself out. So I totally missed the fact that I had to take it out of my name. Now, the person who moved in after me was really appreciative that I didn't, because then
that's a nice way to put it.
And so they used it up. They basically used electricity in my name and didn't pay it, or didn't bother. So now a whole year later, I get a call from collections saying that you owe like your collections. Man, that tanked because my credit is pretty young, and that's another thing where if your credit is young, it's just gonna be low. They don't know who you are. You don't have any history yet, so it's just gonna be low. So you just work on keeping, just keep going. But yeah, so they called me and I was in collections already. So even though I paid that back, it's still a negative mark on my credit, and it's gonna take like 5 years to come off. Yeah. So it was only $150 though. It was like $3,000.
But you didn't know.
But that's the thing, though, because sometimes people are like, "Oh, I only owe $25 and went to collection," and it doesn't matter if it's $25 or $25,000. First of all, why are you not paying your $25 back? It's what they're wondering. Like, and in my case too.
What's going on?
So, anyway, so I'm still a little salty about that, but we're coming.
But that's so good though that you share that, because it's true that it doesn't matter how much the amount is. If it goes to collection, it's going to have a negative impact.
Yeah.
So on the line of credit, you can check your credit score. And not credit score, but you can check your credit report at one of the 3 credit bureaus.
You can do what's it called?
Experience is a really good one. That's the one I use.
Experience is really
that's the one I use.
For your credit score?
Really good.
Oh, okay, yeah. And there's the Experian Boost too.
Oh, that's another.
So to increase your credit score, when you go to Experian, I think it's Experian.com.
Yeah.
They have a paid version, but they also have a free version where you get to log in your information. So you'll give them permission to check your bank account. They will check your payment history, and whatever payment that they see has been consistent, they will go through that and then boost your credit score for free. And another thing, how to boost your credit score, is this amazing company called Self-Lender. So it's kind of like a savings club in a sense. African people do this whole susu stuff, but Self-Lender, you get to sign up with them, and then you decide how much you want to contribute towards your payment every month. So you're basically saving up your money. Okay, you save up. You decide, like, I think they have from like $25 up to $150 every month. So when you get signed up with them, you decide whatever amount you want to contribute every month. You do that for like a year or two. If you do it for a year, every month they get to update your credit score, and your credit score gets to be boosted because they're reporting it to the credit bureaus, saying this person has been consistent in paying this amount. So by the end of the year, you get your money back. I mean, of course, they're going to take out your fees and everything, but your credit score does increase. And then the next thing is, make sure you pull up your free credit report to see what's going on your credit, because then you're able to tell what accounts are delinquent and things, and then call those people. I mean, you can work with a credit expert for that too if you don't want to go through the whole process. But sometimes it's just some minor things that's on your credit that's hurting your score.
And you don't want to open new accounts frequently, because those also affect your credit. Because those like if you sign up for a credit card, it affects your credit a little bit. So you don't want to keep constantly open it and then close it and then you get another card. Like all this stuff are contributing.
But can I add a thing on? Pro tip: that directly opposite to what you just said. I was saying earlier about your credit utilization, you want to have less than 30%.
But if you add more,
the more credit balance you have. So let's say if you have 3 cards and you have $2,000 balance, like I said, on it. You don't want to use more than 30%, which would be like $2,500.
Right.
Now, if you had 10 cards with $2,000 balance, you can use
a lot
more, and it would still be good utilization.
But I'm saying this in terms of like you applying for that credit card and not getting it.
Oh yes, I learned the hard way, guys.
That affects you.
Yep. And for some cards you can be pre-approved. So always check to see if you're pre-approved, because I did that one time. Especially after my credit tanked from the collections people thing. And yeah, I didn't get accepted, but I had no clue what it actually meant. I was like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And then I saw like, okay, 5 different inquiries.
Yep. And then
oh wow, and that's
like
not good.
actually it's like 10.
Yeah, inquiries is not good on your credit.
For different things, cars, apartments, all those things.
It counts. Everything.
Everything counts.
You know, okay, you guys, you have this experience. You've gone to the bank a couple of times to apply for a loan, and you got denied. And then you went to another bank, and the same thing happened.
Oh wow!
So that's what builds up to show all those inquiries on your credit, which is not a good thing for her.
Yeah.
And also those pre-approved sometimes. I don't think they actually mean that you're approved.
I have done that before.
They're just trying to get you to come see it and get it.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because their goal is for you to get into this.
They got to still go back and check your credit score. So, well, I've done pre-approved and still not getting approved.
Right. They're like, you heard it.
Oh, I approved that did though.
Well, you've been building credit good. So
for the rest of us. Just kidding.
So what questions do you guys have? What are your top 2 questions about financial planning? I know some people are here in this country. You don't plan to stay here your whole life. You want to go back to your country, wherever you come from, whether it's Liberia, Nigeria, Cameroon, or somewhere else in Asia or Europe or Australia, wherever. However, what are your plans? Yeah, the question is, what are your 2 top questions about financial planning? Because if you plan on retiring or going back home one of these days, you need to get on a plan ASAP. Like, you need to get on a financial plan no later than today. Unless you're just hoping.
Wow, I'm getting real here.
This was going down.
A lot of times, me with older African people or middle-aged African, they want to go back and retire. And I asked them, okay, so what does that look like? What age? I want to be going back and forth for a while, and then before finally settling down. Okay.
That requires money.
That requires money, and tickets are expensive. And how about medical expenses and just all of that area? Because Liberia or Africa is generally, at least West Africa to my knowledge, cheaper to live than obviously the United States. However, it still requires planning, right? Even if you don't need as much retiring in Liberia, you still want to plan adequately so that you are able to go back and forth and not just be stuck in Liberia for better or worse. Or I should just stay here, right? Because there are so many pluses about Liberia, which is great, and then there are a few, not so minuses as well. And so you just want to factor for those things. But I just wish people won't use that as a way to dismiss the fact that they need a plan for retirement.
And actually,
you get that a lot.
Retirement planning is really hitting me hard these days. Because it doesn't mean you have to be 80 years old to go sit down somewhere and retire. No. You can retire at an early age. Basically.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you wanted to add something.
Retirement is not an age, guys. It's a number. But it's not your age. It's your bank account.
Yep.
Your bank account.
Not your bank account necessarily, but just your assets.
Savings, like what you have put away.
Flexibility, freedom. And the funny thing is, everybody have big plans to travel the world and do all this extra stuff. But you're not planning it, and you can't. Not you guys, because you guys are really good. But they are not planning it. They just have this dream. They're not taking the steps in the right direction. When I know when we sit down with people to do like the retirement savings and stuff, and when it shows that number that you need for your retirement,
and have a good retirement,
and then how much you need to start contributing. Maybe because I haven't been in the game for a long time, so I haven't seen anybody be like, oh yeah, this is how much I need to save every month. 1,000. Okay, I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna get something going so then I can start to contribute to that 1,000. People always like, oh no, that's too much.
That's too much.
Or you have people that would say they want to retire at a certain age, like maybe 40, 50. And then you run that number like, oh, I'm gonna have to address those years back. Yeah. It's like, you don't want to do that because you don't think you'll be able to have that money. You start now, start doing something now, start saving now. Yeah. And once you have that in mind, it's like it's a motivation. You need something to motivate you to want to do better. So it's like, if you have a goal that you want to reach, then you'll be like, okay, how can I hustle? Right. How can I get more income? I gotta reach 1 million to retire. What else? Instead of us just working our 9-to-5 jobs and not really thinking about
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
retirement.
That is it. And the thing along those lines too is that, you know, I wanted to retire like at 35. I still do. At 35, but then numbers and you're like, yeah, I should be saving like $2,000 a month.
$2,000.
Yep.
And sometimes people are like, that's my entire paycheck. That's like 70% of my income. Like, what am I gonna?
What you gonna do about it?
And so, yeah. But guys, the average millionaire, which is what we all really, I'm aiming to be that.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier than
I'm a
retirement, but by the
millionaire.
time we retire, we all really should aim to be like millionaires.
Millionaires.
Because that's what you need to retire with.
Billionaires. Yeah. Did you say billionaire?
Yeah, billionaire. Yes.
Can we talk about paying yourself first? Because I know you're in line with that.
That's true. That's along those lines, actually. And so, so when you find that you don't have enough, or that you know you can live off of 30% of your income after you finish investing 70% for retirement, then what are you gonna do about it? You get an extra job. Mm-hmm. You gotta do what it takes, because at the end of the day, my husband always says there's an old 80-year-old person inside of you begging you to make good decisions. Why you can
right now? Oh, that's smart.
That's a good
why you can, right?
Shout out to
you
Mr. Diabe.
Yeah, Mr.
I missed Diabe.
And so if you want to have choices when you get to there, and that's why the whole pay yourself first thing come into place. Guys, nothing else, no other bill is more important than you.
I don't think they understand.
So a lot of people are like, okay, I gotta pay the mortgage, I gotta pay the credit cards, I gotta pay the utilities, I gotta send money to my family members in Liberia who are never gonna send any money back to me. I gotta do this and do that. Matter of fact, we need a new patio, we need a new this and that. And people usually at the end of the you know, when the income comes, the pay comes, the direct deposit, it's the next day is like you never even got paid.
Oh
and
yeah,
that happens though without you saving any money aside for yourself.
Yo, sorry, I gotta get some plenty.
And so what wealthy people do, and what
encourage
guys, we're not better than anybody.
It's
just about a few principles that you can implement. But guys, come hell or high water, you want to set aside a small amount of money every single month. It doesn't matter if every paycheck. It doesn't matter if the dog on the side of the street is cold speaking Spanish. You just make it a priority. And matter of fact, put in auto draft where you're automatically saving money out of your income every single month. And then you work with the money that's left. Whatever is left behind, you make it work. Mm-hmm. Because you cannot sacrifice your retirement or just your future goals for a utility. You know, though you should pay your bills though.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
You know what? If we do follow that plan, for example, let's say for me, I want to retire like yesterday, but let's just go for 40. I don't know, I was 50. Let's do 40. Mm-hmm. And if I want to retire at age 40, right? Mm-hmm. Right now, let's say my monthly income is around $3,000, right? Mm-hmm. That's just an example. It's more than that. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
But okay, so if I retire at 40, I would need to have that same amount coming in every month, right?
Yeah.
So in order to get to that, get that number to that place, let's say Eunice and I did a financial analysis, and she's like, okay, Alfreda, you want to retire at 40. So right now you need to save up $2,000 every month to be able to 40, and then that's gonna go for I don't know however long, maybe 30 years or 40 years or whatever. Right.
However long you retire for.
Right. However long I'm going to retire for. So if she tells me I need to save up $2,000 every month outside of my regular expenses, if I'm really serious about retiring at 40, where I don't need to depend on a job or so, my job is to make that work. And my point I wanted to add to it is, if I actually made up my mind to save up $2,000 a month, it is so possible. I will make it work, and you will find other opportunities coming at you just because you have budgeted this amount in your budget. Yeah, you put it in your budget, right? You will find that you will find other ways to create money that will pay the bill, that will pay the rent. Like, it's so true. It's like if you increase your lifestyle of living or your way of living, and it becomes more expensive, you know that you have to survive. So you're going to have to find ways to make it work. So if I put that in my budget, now let's say I have to pay $3,000 for my monthly expenses because I added $2,000 for my retirement, right? I'm gonna get a better job, or I'm gonna start that business that I've been waiting and waiting for. I'm gonna find other ways to be creative to create income.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like you just have to make that decision.
But I think a lot of the time people are lazy.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, but I'm glad I didn't. But that includes me too.
That includes all of us. You know, we don't want to do that extra work, you know, for us to, so then we slack back or we put a pause on our goal. Or sometimes we settle.
But along with what Theo was saying, we just took my hair.
Yeah.
Along with what Theo was saying, we are lazy and millennials, we're like especially ambitious, but then also not as hard, not like super hard work all the time. That includes me. Like I used to sleep until 1 o'clock. Like I'm not judging anybody. Me. So what I find is that people, and it's actually real. Somebody said, you know, how can I make residual income to basically replace my income now, but then like not have to invest a huge amount of money?
What?
You know, right? Does that make sense? What can I do to basically make residual income, as in I'm not working, but the money is just flowing in right now. But then not invest any, like a lot of money.
Why are they willing to invest?
No, this is not in time. This is residual, so no time is this. You're making money for like stuff you've already done.
I know, but I'm saying, are they willing to invest time to build up to that?
That's the thing, because like right now, how can I do that right now in the next 2 years?
Oh,
so I said, okay, let's do a calculation. All right. So if your expenses are $8,000 a month, let's just round that up to $8,000 a month. You need to invest upfront $1 million so that you can live off of residual income of $8,000 a month, and that would just be residual, where that's just interest that you're earning on your money, but then your principal, the $1 million you invested, is not being used up, right? You need to invest $1 million.
Thank you.
So obviously, this individual does not have $1 million, but yeah, that's the kind of unrealistic ideas I'm talking about. I really feel that this is such like a generation of wealth building, financial freedom, and all that, but also that comes with really hard work, guys, and just setting that up front, where you can plan for 5 or 10 years from now where you will be able to have residual income, but then you can start that tomorrow without putting any work in and without investing any money. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I know some people wait to win the lottery, which is like 1 in a billion chance.
And God, that's a poor people mentality, though.
1 in a 8 billion chance.
You don't know how to spend your people. You don't know how to use money. Once you get it, it's gonna go away in a couple of days. So,
couple of days.
Yep.
That always happens.
That's what happens.
2 days.
Couple of days.
What happened to $1 million?
It's gone.
In lottery.
People start giving it away.
But you know the funny thing about that, I've listened to business people who built up a successful business, and at some point they lost everything. For example, like during the 2008 recession, what was it, recession or something? And they said, well, because they already had that knowledge and had that mind to create, even when that money left, they were able to rebuild it
again. Isn't that amazing?
But if you're over here trying to go from 0 to 100 with nothing in between,
that's like somebody giving you a fish and not teaching you how to fish.
Right. Exactly.
That's the same thing.
I think that's just 2 top questions about financial planning.
Yeah.
I know that you don't plan on working for the rest of your life.
Please don't tell me.
Because that's not a good plan. It's not bad to work, but work with a plan.
Well, the thing is, that's not even in your hand. That's not in your control. You could be sick and you can never work again.
So it's like
that's not a plan.
That's a good plan. And that's a good point, actually.
It's not in your hand.
That's a good point. So what do you do plan? Okay, let's just say they have a great job. Right? That gives them good income to live in a nice neighborhood. That's beautiful, but just still make a plan B. Just make a plan B, because you never know.
Planning to work forever is not a plan. It's not. You don't have you can't control even tomorrow, but what you can control right now is your actions in this moment, from like day to day. And so if you don't, while you have, well, even though you don't have control, but while you have today and you're healthy and you're fine, that's when you should make plans for your tomorrow, where you don't know if you're going to be healthy or fine. You don't know where the economy is going to be. You don't know if that job that you have is even going to be around.
You see Corona?
You know what I mean? This is something, how do you call it? everyone's talking about, or I guess it's like a topic of how the computers are taking over. They have computers doing everything. Guys, pretty soon McDonald's not even going to have positions for cashiers. I went there and I was like, but you know what's funny? Okay, I don't know if the story is true, but I did hear it. I thought it was funny. I'm talking a lot again. I'll explain my story though. So I heard that in California, McDonald's workers were protesting just like the low pay. California is a super expensive state to work, to live in. Expensive. And so obviously people were protesting because they wanted to make more money. And so they actually won, and I think they got the minimum wage or something that McDonald's was paying to go up. And I heard from this story, I didn't read it. I heard that after that, McDonald's was like, okay, well, how can we just eliminate that cashier's position altogether? And so now they're like, okay, we're gonna have. I'm sorry. We're gonna have machines working those positions to cut down costs as well. Because business owners are looking out for their own behind. When are you going to start looking out for your behind?
Tell them. No, that's a go on.
Me too. When are you going to start looking out for your behind? It's a crazy world. And guys, there's room for everyone to start their own business and chase after their passions. That's not. Everyone is gonna want. I don't care if you're another wig seller on the internet. People are still gonna. There's so. It does not matter if you're.
That made me think about some.
Go after your dream.
I don't know who I was listening to, but I think it was for Street Trees saying that people worry that there is a scarcity,
saturated.
Scarcity of money or like businesses and stuff like that. But it's like it doesn't matter. You can do something that somebody else is already doing and still do a better job. Think about how can I make it better.
Yeah, and you're adding your own flavor to it.
Yep. So, and people, there's always people out there, like people we love to spend. Somebody is always going to buy something, there's always like, any idea is good, just don't have an idea and just keep it in your head and be like, oh, I'm scared to start because I'm afraid of what's going to, a lot of people that have made it into businesses were people that were afraid, but they're like, you know what, I'm going to take this step and I'm going to go ahead and start this business. And with faith, like, it's gonna work out. Yeah. With consistency too as well. So don't be afraid if you have some brilliant, business out there. Just go ahead and start. And then you learn as you go. You don't have to be perfect. And that's something even myself I'm working on. Like, not wanting to be perfect or everything completely set. Excuse me. I hope y'all didn't hear that.
I didn't hear the other end.
Eunice.
That'll be interesting. I'm sorry. This is so good.
But that's what you just said.
Okay. You have to take that step. Let me tell you something. You're gonna suck. And you're gonna fail.
Let's talk about that, actually.
Yeah. And
that's great.
And a lot of people are scared of that. I remember I had a conversation once with my friend, and I was telling him, like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do this mastermind stuff. If we suck at it, it's fine. At least we're going to learn what we did horribly the first time, and then as we go on, we will, better those things. But a lot of people want to have everything perfect before
first time
they start doing it. Like, they want to start glamorous. I'm like, listen, you're going to have typos. Your website's going to be ugly. Like, you're not going to know what you're talking about at times.
Your website is ugly.
It's ugly.
It's going to be incomplete. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
But you need to just get started, okay? Because you getting started is so much important. That's you getting ahead of the game. Because a lot of other people are still not starting on that idea. Yeah. And you guys, there are people out there that have great ideas.
We'll never see them.
But they're so critical of themselves and lazy.
That's what
I don't want to put in the work.
I'm lazy.
Fear is the number one.
Fear, laziness. What else?
Reluctant, being comfortable, not wanting to get out of your comfort zone.
Some people. There's some people out there making like $6,000 a month, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm good." What is that? $80,000 a year? Like, I'm good. I'm comfortable. Oh, $50,000 a year, my bad.
Or worrying about people judging them, like, "Oh, this person used to do this. All of a sudden, they're doing this now."
Yeah.
Like, what is that about?
I definitely felt all of that.
But it's like you can't live your life on what Yep. You gotta pray to God to lead you first of all, and then you gotta go for it. You know, like, because first of all, people don't really care. We be over here thinking like people care what I do and they don't really care. Okay, great if you post,
like,
it'll be great if you post something. Oh, amazing, good for you, you're doing great. But they're not over there investigating your life in detail. They just want to see that you're doing something that will inspire them. And if you have these ideas, you need to go for it.
Yeah. And honestly, this hit me really hard. But like, individually, we're loved, we're valuable in the eyes of the beholder, in the eyes of God, and the eyes of the beholders around us that are in our lives. You know, spouse, kids, family members, and things like that. But in the scheme of like the whole world, we're like super not important, guys. I'm sorry. Did I say that? Whoops. I'm sorry. Whoops.
This is so good.
But
it's true.
But it's true. Like, you know, there's so many people out there. Everybody's that's a reality that had to hit me. Like, when I post something on Facebook, along with the whole "you're gonna suck," nobody's rushing to go and like my stuff and see what I just posted. Like, I'm not that important yet. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't made myself valuable in their eyes, and that's what we have to do. You know, when you're starting a business, like, oh, I only got 3 likes on my product. Yeah, because you got work to do.
Nobody knows
you have to do more. And this is me, because I'm super inconsistent with social media. But you got work to do. You got to put yourself out there. Keep putting yourself out there until people recognize the value that you're offering. Right? If you have lashes, I keep talking about lashes, but that's like
But that's the thing, lashes and hair.
Yeah, you have lashes out there. Keep putting your stuff out there. It doesn't matter how many
lashes out there.
Like, you got to keep doing that. Make yourself valuable. Before then, nobody really cares what you have going on. What I have going on. Nobody stays up at night thinking, wow, Eunice's financial plans are so amazing. I just want to tell the world about it. Nobody, unless I show them the value. And then they're like, oh yeah, that is really good. Oh yeah, I do need that. Oh yeah, I should refer you. You know what I mean? And so, bottom line, you're not that special until you make yourself special. I mean, you are loved, though. You are very valuable.
You are truly loved.
I mean, seriously. This is me talking to myself, guys. This is me talking
to the inner Eunice.
Talking to the inner me.
But that's kind of like what we're doing, you know? Yeah, there are financial gurus out there, but we do financial planning, right? And so we're out here. I mean, yeah, we're eating.
Special, yeah.
I don't know if people gonna be financial coaches and advisors be doing this, but that's what we're doing. You know, that's our flavor. But our point is to get out here and let you guys know that we do financial planning and that you need to connect with us, or we will not leave you in your DM alone. You know what I'm saying? We will not leave you alone
until you recognize our value. That's
yeah.
So
I know when it comes to budgeting, a lot of people don't budget.
Yes, let's talk about that.
And you know what? You don't have to do complicated things when it comes to budgeting.
No, you don't.
One place I can say to start, and this was something I told myself and I still do, is to just go through your account and see what's coming out. Because you know how people everywhere are trying to sell you stuff all the time. Right? Just go on Facebook or Instagram right now. You're going to see people trying to sell you stuff. And those people, they do their homework so they know how to target you, how to get you interested. And so you will go ahead and sign up to these things, subscribe to these apps, and they'll be taking money out of your account. I'm speaking to that because that's actually been true in my case. And so by the end of the day, you don't know what's coming out, you don't know you know what's going in, but you don't know what's coming out of your account.
Oh, yes.
So just go through your account activities and see what payments are coming out. And then try to adjust those things. Because sometimes your money is just being taken. And you think it's little amount, but it accumulates.
Over the months and the years.
Yeah, and then you end up being broke. And then your account end up going overdrive every single month. So you're just broke. It's not a cool thing.
To add to that, because I know like it could be a lot of work with people just trying to go to their account, see what's coming out and all of that. Like, it's a lot trying to keep up with your budgeting. But I use this app and pretty much...
What's it called?
It's called, I think, Prism. It's PRISM. So pretty much, instead of you making a list or writing how much you're spending or whatever, get into the app and you can log in to the different accounts that you have. So like your credit cards or whatever, all of your accounts, even your bank accounts, you can use your login, and they automatically get all your information, so it knows when you have your bills coming up, and all of that. So you don't even have to keep up with that. So what I did also, then I have payday there as well. So if I know how much I'm getting paid on payday, it tells me the total amount of expenses that's gonna come out of that paycheck. So then I know exactly like how much I'm gonna be spending towards things that are important and how much is gonna be left over that I could go ahead and save or whatever. It's really good because that I came across that because I went through this phase where I was just missing my credit card payments and it was really just hurting me. And then I would go like my bank, because it's automatic, they'll go into West Fargo, take money out, and then I don't know, and then I have like a couple of overdrives and all of that. I'm like, what the heck is happening? This is crazy. So I came across that, and since then, y'all, I'm telling you, I've never missed a payment. Like, I now know how much in my account and how much I have available to spend without me just, I think I have that left. Like, I know exactly what's there to spend, and I know how much I have to give out or where my money is going. So that's something, people can consider.
We can post that in the description after this live video, and I'll post the self-lender too.
Hey guys, I have a question. Do you guys watch your accounts like a hawk?
Like, I do. I'm obsessed.
Do you watch your
I watch my account like every day.
I literally do
I need to
at least once or twice a day.
Yes.
Like, to see what's coming out.
And now that I have like that app that I'm doing my debt stacking on, I check out my debts every day. Wow. And I don't know if that's a good thing, but like every time I see it, I'm like, I need to get rid of this. But I think it's good. It's like something to make me, want to start making income somewhere to get it gone. Like,
I have my sister here, Melissa, and she does beads, like jewelry for wrist and neck and things, right? And so this right here I'm wearing is one of her handwork. It's so pretty. I don't know if you guys can see this clearly, but it's just so pretty. And she made this from scratch, and she started her business doing this. And this will go for $25. And and you can have a pretty jewelry on your arms. And you know what? I will put her info in the description too when we're done with the video, so you guys can contact her if you want some for your kids, for yourself. It comes in different colors. So cute.
So cute. We gotta plug our sisters,
Yeah. So you guys need to connect with us when it comes to financial planning. Because we're out here trying to help you get that early plan set up so that you can go live your life without worrying about your finances. I mean, why wouldn't you want to do? You got stuff to do. You got impact to make. You just can't be bothered with what's going wrong with your account.
Why would you want to
set it up? Why wouldn't you? The funny thing is, that's a great question, because when I find a financial coach, and this is funny to me because I'm like, I had no idea that would actually be a good thing to do.
Wow, the Lord was already.
Well, I always used to think, I have no clue how to even start. Like, where would I ever find a financial coach or a planner? So it's really funny now.
You know, but guys, a lot of times, like if people are sick, they go to the hospital, because even that person who cannot cure or have problem with cancer, or anything like that, it'll just it'll just clean up your nasal system and all that. But when people are sick, they go seek out a professional who is specialized in that area. Right? But how come people don't do the same with their finances? How come they just go watch a couple of YouTube videos and like, I know it, or they go ask their parents, like, I know it.
How do you think about that? People are ashamed.
That's a good one. Like, you know what? That's a good one.
People are ashamed of like just sharing that information because the thing is personal, and they don't want I don't want this person to know about my business. Because a lot of people, go around acting like all is good,
right?
But the thing is, a professional is not gonna do that. You'll be ashamed to tell your friends and family members or stuff like that. But a professional, that's not their area. That's actually what they're not gonna discuss about you.
Just like the same with the doctor.
Yeah.
But honestly, along those lines, people are ashamed, and I think that they let that fear or that shame get in the way of them seeking out professional help to get their finances in order, because it's not detrimental physically to them.
Yep.
Like if I have something going on with my physical body that's detrimental and I can't, I'm about to die, I don't care who wants to go and see what on my body. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like what's that in labor? That's one of my things. Like,
Right.
oh my god, I can't imagine what's going to be. But when you're in pain for all those baby mamas on here, or I don't know, baby daddies, seeing your spouse in pain, and you're like, just whatever you got open, go ahead and do that. Let the doctor fix that problem. Honestly, like whatever you got. But honestly, think about that because you know that person is going to take that pain or that feeling or that sickness away.
Wait, we cute
because it's not physically pressing. So then people are like, oh, I'll just work out. I'll just go on Facebook, find a general thing, right? But you need a plan that works for yourself. You need a solution that's going to work for your own finance. So people can be ashamed, but I mean that's not an excuse.
But then I'm also gonna say I think people don't know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think because it makes me think back to what I told you guys just now, that when I was younger, I wanted a financial coach, but I didn't know where to start. And right now we're on here Facebook talking, but a lot of people still don't know that we are here with a free financial plan.
Yep.
Like they don't know that that's available right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, outside of being ashamed, like you said, if you got something going on, like you better not worry about who will know what. You just go fix that problem, right? But outside of that, I think they don't know where to go, and some people don't even know that they need a financial coach or a financial planner, because they just think, well, you came to America, at least you have an opportunity to work. You're living the dream. And another thing I wanted to add is sometimes people tend to show this glamorous lifestyle, but then it's not actually glamorous. So I guess if you do
you portray
exactly
that lifestyle, then
you got it going on. See, that's why it's just good to be real. Yeah. That's why it's just good to be real. Like, don't go be doing extra stuff that you don't have going on.
You gotta see a financial person, but now you don't want to see them because you're like, damn, that financial person follow me on Facebook.
But sometimes that is true. That's true. But sometimes, guys, you have to flex for the gram and for Facebook. And sometimes that might be a part of your business strategy. It really is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
What business strategy?
In our world, nobody wants to okay. It's like this. Okay, so we make the same amount of money. You busted, I'm busted. What do you have to offer? But in art, which is not a good mentality, because a lot of things can make people's mind that they can't have to offer you, but physically, maybe they don't have that kind of style. So you can't just dismiss people based on appearance. Mm-hmm. But sometimes in our community, especially, we like to look up. I like to call it like, oh, this person has more than me. This person is shinier than me. This person, we like to look up, and then we pay respects because of age, money, like authority and things like that in our community. And so sometimes that may be a part of your strategy to flex with the gram. However, underneath, you gotta be honest with yourself, and you gotta be real about getting yourself to that next level, though. So you gotta find someone who you can trust, and a financial person is actually like illegal to be sharing your business.
It's legal for any professional to share people's business.
Yeah, it's illegal. Like I could lose my license if I come out and say, John went ahead and invested $20 a month. I know he's making $3,000. He can do $200. You can't do that. That's I'll get my licenses taken away for like that kind of. That's personal.
Just how your therapist, your therapist will not go and share your personal situation, like and that's another thing. People, but we're here
in the movie to be sharing it though, but that's in the movies. But you know what? The whole point is that we all want to live that best life. Mm-hmm. So it's like you gotta do what it takes to live that best life instead of pretending that you live the best life, but you're not willing to take actions.
But at the end of the day, most people just settle.
Yep, and you can pretend if you're taking action too.
Mm-hmm.
But be taking action.
I've actually heard that.
Be taking action.
I've heard that.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. So even though you know deep down that you're not at where you need to be, still keep doing what you're doing because eventually you're going to get there. That is your goal. So don't let that hold you back.
But clarification. This does not mean that you should go lease a BMW.
No,
this does not mean that at all. We're not saying that. We're saying back for the gram. Go stand in front of somebody else's BMW and take that Don't go by yourself. You don't have the
Go to
money.
the parking lot.
That was putting behind. Don't do that. Don't go and test drive. Go and test drive that BMW and take a picture.
Go and
Test drive. Not only are people gonna be like, "Oh, what are you up to?" But then also you're building up your dream building. So you're like, "Oh, I like this. I want this. I'm gonna work to get this." Like, don't. God, I'm not saying you should go and take 25,000 loan, go buy Gucci. No.
Well, if your credit score is not even good, then you're not gonna get it. If your credit score is not there, you're not gonna get no
That's true.
Finance really affect a lot.
Don't go try to parent to cash out a 401k just because. No. Or don't cash out a 401k to go remodel your house. I'm sorry. Don't do that. Don't do that. Flex in front of somebody else's house while you're building up your own savings. Please.
Right. In regards to what you just said about going flexing in front of somebody else's house and car, I remember a few years back, I would look up these amazing houses in Minneapolis because, why settle for a $200,000 house when you can get a $5 million house?
Period.
Right?
Period. Yes.
So I was looking up mansions in Minneapolis, and so I found the address to this one that I like.
That's talking to family.
And I actually went there with my cousin.
Oh my god.
Well, you went to the house.
She went to the house. Okay, carry on.
It was in a nice neighborhood too. So we're over there looking at the house, flexing, like really taking pictures, house and stuff. And then we would see the person driving up to the house. Ready?
Frozen.
Yeah. So yeah, we started running before the person can tell the police said we're trespassing. But I got some pictures though.
How did you feel when you're internet taking pictures?
I was like, I'm about to get this house, guys. That's
Yeah.
it. Here.
Like, okay, I'm becoming like low key used to this in this moment. Like, you are what you think about most of the time. Like that's see, I started thinking about those things, and as you work towards it, just act like you're already there, but don't spend money like you're already there. that's my thing.
Because we're teaching you.
Anyway, so we out here. One
like we're coming
create,
to an end.
provide a source where people can come to be able to get some enlightenment on their finances. They create a free financial plan, and really we want to promote that in our community. So I know we have 2 of you watching right now. We've had many people come in and out of the chat of the live.
Yes,
but that's really our purpose right now.
But before we wrap up, I know a lot of people when it comes to finance, they have questions on fixing your credit and stuff like that. It really, the whole point is to just start having good habits, because if you start to adopt good habits with spending and all of that, and checking, you said you check the account every day. I don't know about that, but just making sure you know what's going out and stuff like that. When you start to build those good habits, eventually you won't have to worry about bad credit and, things falling out of place and things like that. You're just going to have a good system going on. And so then that'll be one less thing to worry about versus having to go see a consultant all the time, fix your credit, and then go spoil it again, and then you come back and do it again.
It's just wasting money.
Yeah. Good habit. And so before we reach out to us, if you're watching from either my page, Eunice page, or Theo's page, make sure you reach out to either one of us for your free financial plan, because that's what we want to help you do.
What I was saying was, it really starts with a budget. And even before you put together a whole plan, you really want to see where your money is going. Because if you don't have control over your money, which you work for, what else do you really have control over? Like, you probably don't have control over your time, your kids. You don't have control over anything. I don't want to make this all religious, but like your money is really the least of things in life, right? And so the Bible says like referring to money as the least of these. And so if you don't have control over that stuff, you need a checkup from the neck up. You gotta check between that little space between your ears, because you got. I know. I'm sorry, guys, but really,
that's your life.
It really sometimes people are like, "Well, money is everything." It is not. Who said it was?
Right.
Who said it was? But you're trading 8 hours out of your day every single day to go make it. Don't you think it's fair to yourself
most
to
of
know
your time
where that's going? You know? And so, at least do that one thing. Just make a budget. This is how much I want to spend on food, and just discipline yourself.
Yeah, I think that whole money isn't everything comes from people who be trying to be sarcastic.
Who are like, I don't really want to work for my goals.
Right.
Money
is everything, but they work a day job and they suffer themselves, but it isn't everything.
It's not everything.
Working for money, though.
And they're spending time away from their family. And don't have time to be in the Word of God.
Okay. When money really isn't everything is when you can make money in your sleep. There's
That's when you should start saying that phrase.
When you have the money working for you.
Yes.
Where you can make 100,000 plus every year.
Every hour.
And you don't work a day in your life.
Actually, every hour.
Yeah, you can do that too. I'm just saying for all the regular normal people out there. Not quite the little. And this comes from.
Then you can say that.
Then you can say that, but this comes from planning, where you have $1 million saved up, which is not a lot of money, honestly. You can have that. Not that I have in my account anything. I'm just saying. It's not.
It's already there.
But when you have $1 million, you just let that thing go. That interest, if we're going with average interest for the market's been doing over the past years. That's like $100,000 a year, and you're not even working. Like your money's just working. At that point, that money isn't any. Money is nothing at that point because it's just coming whether or not. You just live your life, right? But if you're putting 8, 16, double, triple, don't talk to me about money. It's not everything. I'm done.
There are literally people who don't really sleep at home or live at home.
I heard somebody who died just working double.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Money was everything then.
Money was not everything.
Money was
everything for them.
Because money was
not everything. Okay.
So guys, if you would give one tip to our young people on this chat, or our Liberian, or just older people, or whoever's in the chat, if you would give one tip to them,
what would it be?
What would it be?
I will say what I said in the beginning. Whether you're working or building a business right now, you need to save up, let's say, a year's worth of income. I'm going there because if you decide to do something, and let's say you want to, maybe say God put it on your heart for you to travel to Guinea, to go help the kids there, or you just want to go somewhere to go vacate, you need money coming in. So if you're going to go do that, you need to set that account up so that when you go do that, and even if you don't and you just don't want to work, you want to just travel back to your country for a while, you have that money in your account. So get to really saving some income right now so that you don't have to be dependent on paycheck to paycheck. For at least a year. Then we can talk more after that.
Some people will say start at 3 months, but I feel like you told me it's going to go in the year. You have to live your best life. Anyway, my tip would be, guys, you got to work hard. I'm just saying this because that's what I'm learning. Like, I know you wake up in the morning, you don't want to do it again. Especially when you're starting your own business. You don't want to go again. You don't want to reach out to nobody. You don't want to go to the office. You don't want to do that paperwork. You don't want to order the hair. You don't want to do any of that stuff. You don't want to get them lashes. You don't want to post that video. You don't want to wake up at 6. Honestly, all those things. When it comes to work, doing your own thing, starting your own thing, and leaving a legacy, or just getting out of the rat race, it's really hard because you're working against the grain. This is not what everybody is doing normally, and so it's not going to fall into your lap. Like tomorrow, you're not going to start a business this month and actually make a profit next month. In most cases, that's not true. I mean, I don't care what the YouTube commercials say, but like that's not, the YouTube ads I'm talking about.
Yes,
make $3,000 a year. That's not true. You can start making a little bit of income, but it's still a lot of work. You still have to get way out of your comfort zone, and it feels really heavy. But you have to do that to come out. I've not heard of any millionaire, billionaire, smart, whoever did something who didn't commit time and energy, right? And building up your mental toughness, or just building up your, growing yourself in general. Like, you gotta read more. All those things are hard, but you gotta do it, guys. That's the only way.
Yeah.
You can't just sit and say, okay, well, I'm gonna own 5 properties, and then the residual income, I'm gonna use that, and I'll be living rent free. You know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, but how are you gonna get that? Everybody wants to do that. How are you gonna be the one who actually does it? Like it's hard work. So that's what I would say. I would say hard work is key. And don't ever try to bypass that because that's how people end up in fraud. So I mean not fraud, but just doing then you're like, oh, I'll do anything because just an easy way out. So and once you do that, then you know how to do it. You can do it again and again and again because you train yourself. Now you know.
Right. And to address that, I think a lot of people really think, they want something where it could be quick and easy. We want to make that fast money.
Don't get me started on this topic.
But anyway, we're about to go, so we're not about to get in that topic. Maybe we can do that another time. But just like picking back up Eunice, like she's talking about hard work. I was going to add to that, like, if you're gonna work hard for yourself.
Wow.
I like that.
Work hard for yourself. We go to work, we clock in, we're doing doubles and triple, but honestly, like, what are you doing for yourself? What is that building for you? So, like, that's my advice. Work hard for yourself. If you had an idea before that you've been thinking about on your mind, go ahead and do it. Like, get it started. Like Eunice said, it's not going to happen right away. It's going to take time. People might not believe in you, but believe in yourself.
Oh, that's a painful one. People don't believe
in you, but believe in yourself. With time, you're going to see that result. People are going to see it too. And those people that might not, that were not listening before are going to come back.
Yeah.
So just be consistent, y'all.
That's good.
Let's go and get this.
It hurts, but it's like a workout.
Yes.
Ooh,
and we're all going through it.
We're all going,
we're saying these things, but we're talking to ourselves.
Do it.
Yeah.
We're talking to
I
ourselves.
love it. I personally love it. Because, again, the whole people thing, how we look to be validated by people. Like, it's not like we don't appreciate people and we don't care about their opinion, but you can't care that much.
You can't.
Because if you mind that, you will really not do what you need to do, and you won't fail the way you need to fail in order to learn from that failure. So one of my coaches used to always say, you have to fail forward. You did something that sucked, and then you realize, okay, that sucked, but you're still going and you're doing. So my thing is, stop being worried about people so much. Stop being worried. People don't really care.
Yeah, we talk about that.
Stop worrying about people so much and just do. Go test the water. And
sorry, you see, and who are these people you worrying about?
Who are they? Are they
They don't have a. But the thing is this: the people who sit around telling you you're not gonna make it, are people who are not making it. People who are not actually doing it.
And that goes to surrounding yourself too with the right people.
Yeah,
right.
If you want to start making changes, you gotta surround yourself with the right people. If you're gonna hang out with bummies,
then they're gonna tell you you're not gonna make it.
That's true. They're gonna be looking at you sideways. Financial plan.
What's that?
I knew I needed a new friend, but that's the thing. Like, surrounding yourself with good people. You have to be the dumbest one in your group. Like,
yes,
aim to be the dumbest person that you hang out with. Because because that way you
I the dumbest person?
I mean, your friends.
Right?
But in that way, there's a learning gap. Like, you have so much to learn that you can get from these people. Whereas if you're the person that's the smartest, maybe that makes you feel good, but you're not learning anything.
Yeah.
You're always the one teaching and people are growing from you, but you're not growing yourself.
And if you want to teach, cool, you can teach, but then also put yourself out there and reach towards that higher person that you can look up to, or that group of people that you can learn from. Yeah. So you're learning and you're pouring into whoever is admiring or looking at you.
And it's a shot to your ego. You're sitting and you're like, oh, what are people are talking about index funds. I'm just talking finance world. People are talking about like all these different things.
And we're like,
what's this? What is even this pay or so far? I never heard of. And you feel it's an ego shot. You feel very small because you haven't heard about that before. This and this. This is how that works. But that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Pain is. My dad always does a thing where the medicine that heals you is bitter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's bitter.
True.
I don't know why it gotta be bitter.
It sucks. But if you want to be better, if you want to grow, if you want to heal, you gotta go through the hard. You gotta. I keep going back to the labor story, but you gotta let that doctor put that needle in your spine if you want to. Like, that's how the labor goes away, right? You gotta do the hard stuff.
It just make me do my bad. But you know what? Just saying with the kind of people you surround yourself with. I don't know anybody who has ever told me I'm not going to amount to anything in my circle or in my family.
Actually.
I don't really know. So I don't know where these people come from that say this. Maybe in your family if somebody is angry at you. Mm-hmm. But if you have friends that will have the audacity to tell you that? Like, why
go.
did you even become friends with them in the first place?
And you know, sometimes it's not them telling you directly.
Action.
It's that vibe.
That I was gonna say. Actions speak better than words.
You can feel
yes, you can feel it. Like you don't. They don't have to say it directly, but you can feel it.
You can like. What
and if you feel like the vibe makes you feel like you have to belittle yourself or you have to bring yourself down,
or give up your dreams,
or something like that, then you know you need to work on that.
Get out of there.
Get out of there.
Yeah, I remember in college, I offended one of my friends in a really funny way because I was like, well, you know, we're not really friends. We act like we're friends, and this was a text message I sent her.
I love friendship breakups.
I was like, I think we should just make this official because, like,
I got time.
This ain't working. And she was really shocked, but it was the truth, and nobody would have came out to say that. Mm-hmm. But when I told her, she was like, okay. I was like, well, thank you. It's nice meeting you. Yeah. You know, and besides, even in college, most of my friends, the way they were thinking, it wasn't the way I was thinking. So that friendship really didn't work out.
And you know, sometimes that we be like afraid to tell them, but maybe that person is probably thinking the same way because you're already making them feel a certain way about themselves, and they're trying to break that tie anyway. So you just go ahead and be the bigger person and do it.
Like, let's not waste each other's time. Move on.
Move on here.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But breaking up with your friends, you don't have to be friends with somebody. Oh, we've been friends for 20. Nobody cares. In that 20 years, nobody cares. I'm sorry.
And it's just
like in that 20 years, if that person isn't building you up, if they're not learning, like, you know, sometimes my friends just want to go sit on the, what is it called? In the apartment, you know, that little iron box where I think it's electricity or something. They want to sit by, or sit at the park. Let me just say at the park. Whole day and just talk about girls or something, like nothing productive. Like,
guys,
you gotta let it. If that friend just, oh, we gotta go to the club. Nothing wrong with the club. I'm just saying that's your thing. That's cool. But just like, if that friend isn't adding any value to your life, really, just a good chat and gossip,
just a waste of time.
A waste of time. Then you gotta cut it off if you have bigger goals for yourself. But if you guys are exactly alike and you're perfect for each other, you're not really having anything else going on in life, then stay friends with that person. Then we're not talking to you, obviously.
Yeah. All right, it is 5 o'clock.
It is 5 o'clock.
We've been on this for an hour and 30 minutes. So
I hope we haven't offended anyone, but if we did,
it was. You know what? If we offended you, if you feel offended, there's nothing wrong with us. It's you.
Girl,
she just offended you. Another one.
If we offended anyone,
just kidding.
It's just to talk about those things. Like, what was it?
I don't think so. I
feel like I said nobody cares a lot.
Reach out to us. You should be offended.
If you haven't reached out to us,
and your finances not
like,
there,
what am I doing with my life? That's really all I have.
Yeah, you've been in America 16 years and you haven't done anything.
You haven't done financial planning all your years. Like,
you don't know your FIN number. You don't even know what that is.
You don't know what you need to retire. Like, really?
Like, who doesn't know?
You don't know your net worth. Let's talk about that.
Ooh. You just talked about,
but no,
getting yourself
to zero. Wait, what was your topic?
Friends,
get yourself back to zero.
Hello, no, we're not gonna start.
Yeah,
say that another day.
Zero.
That's what I give a negative right now.
No, you want it to be zero right now and build up.
Don't say at zero.
Don't say at zero.
Well, at least come up to zero.
Come up to zero. And that includes me. But anyway, guys,
we're all working on it.
I'm stepping out some stuff.
But thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you. Next time,
let us know if you guys would like to see more of this.
Even if y'all don't, I feel like it's gonna be a thing.
You know, it's gonna be a thing. We'll be talking about a lot of things, but finance is like our number one.
But I don't think we're gonna be eating all the time.
We're not gonna be because this is money. We're talking about finance.
We're talking about budget. So we're over here.
No,
we are here on crabs.
Too good. That's a stretch.
I only $500. I'm sorry.
All right, you know.
Actually, we caught these crabs already.
But thanks, guys. This was fun. I hope you guys had fun watching. We hope you guys will tune in again next time.
If you have questions,
thanks to these ladies for coming and make this happen. So follow us, y'all.
Yeah, if you do want some crabs,
share our video.
We do.
We gonna give it to them.
We have crabs here if you want more. You know,
how they gonna get it?
Sorry,
you take it to the house.
Send me your address. We'll ship it over.
And some extra sauce.
Ooh, I'm taking for that. All right. Well, kudos, guys.
Bye.